And then let me throw this. I'm not gonna stream on YouTube. I'm just gonna start it on YouTube and throw the Zoom link on YouTube for anybody that wants to jump in. There we go. There we go. All right, bear with me 2 seconds. There we go. There we go. All right, bear with me. Perfect. All right. All right, cool. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. I guess Wednesday for some of you guys, but happy Tuesday. And I'm just going to throw the link in here on YouTube. What is the, let's see. Okay, cool. There we go. What's up? You took the last few weeks. Good, man. Good. Sometimes you need that, man. Sometimes you need it. You know, I'll tell you this, I do it all the time. So like, you know, there's some weeks where I'm just like, you know what, I don't need a trade this week, you know, and then go from there. All right, let's dive into it, man. So starting the week off, you know, Tuesday night, it is the week after NFP, and you know, there's a lot of fundamentally a lot of stuff going on in the markets. You can, you know, definitely see coming up on the calendar this week. We have a ton of FOMC junk. The Australian NFP is coming out on Wednesday at 8:30 my time. You know, crude oil is, if you guys haven't been paying attention to oil, it is, I think, at a 5-year high. I don't know the actual time frame, but we've broken higher time frame structure to the upside. And if you're wondering why the Canadian dollar is just raging bullish, it's because of that. You know, I've always said that oil, Canadian dollar is tied significantly to oil. So there's that. And then of course, you know, we do have a lot of US dollar stuff going on. You know, realistically, these idiots here, you know, during the FOMC meeting minutes and stuff like that, I'm curious to see what they're going to say. I don't believe anything coming out of the Fed anymore. And from a fundamental standpoint, makes no sense why the dollar is doing what it's doing, but it kind of makes sense. And we'll break it down. I'll kind of go into it. I can't, for me, it's one of those where like, I can see what they're trying to attempt to do, but I'm still not willing to risk a lot of money on it. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about on the DXY, but we'll dive into it. All right. Moving on, let's just dive into the charts. All right. I'll kind of show you what I've got on the horizon, what I'm holding, you know, what is playing out and what's not playing out. First things first, let's get into the dollar index, right? So dollar index, I've been talking about this for a very, very long time. I still believe at some point we are coming down into this area here. Now, we are at a, did we break it yet? No, we haven't broken it. So this, to me, this high right here is going to be crucial. If this high here gets taken, essentially what we've got is we've got a break of, or an invalidation of supply. And at that point, we're coming up into this region here. right? We're going to come into that area that COVID, and if you look at it, right, it was just a super clean distribution, right? Super clean distro. This is obviously the UTAD, and all I did was just measure the UTAD, and I'm looking at 50 and 80% for us to come into. So if that's the case, I'm going to be looking for some bullishness on the US dollar. That's why I'm looking for UJ buys. That's why I'm looking for, some US dollar Swiss franc buys. And that's why I'm selling Euro USD and GU, right? So I am going to be looking, this is, we're almost there. At this point, I just want to see us just pop up above it. If we can do that, then that's going to give me my answer. All right. So we've got that with the dollar, and then I'll jump over to the yen, right? So the yen, I've been waiting a very long time for us to fill in this gap on the yen back from 2018. We have traded through it, and now I'm just waiting to see if we can do this, right? If we break this low and trade below here, I correlate the yen to US indices, and I've been selling the junk out of SPX and US 30 for the better part of 3 or 4 weeks now. And if we take this low, I'm pretty convinced we're going to see a significant pullback on US indices. They've quietly been pulling back, and I don't think anyone really realizes what's going on with the US indices. I think we're due for another correction. And I know I've been taking advantage of the sells on them, and I'm still continuing to hold what I have. You don't think that the DXY will turn around at 96? Why at 96, man? Turn around at 96. Why at 96? What's going on at 96? A buy stop raid and then a reversal. Yeah, but tell me what's going on at 96. Tell me what's going on here at, what did you say, at 96? Yeah, tell me what's going on right here. There's an order block sitting there. Okay, I guess so. If I'm looking at this chart, if I'm looking at this chart right here, and you could be absolutely right, I could be dead wrong, but when I'm looking at this chart, let me put it like this. Where was the manipulation? For me, the manipulation was right here is where they bought, and right here is where they sold down. So this is what they got to mitigate out of. Yeah, it could be. Is that your goal? Are you gonna be putting, if you were trading the DXY, you're gonna put a sell limit right here at this order block? I mean, yeah, let me know how it goes. I personally don't trade the DXY, so I'm not going to be looking for it, but I'm still massively bullish on this. Yeah, I'll be looking for reaction there. Just not gonna. Yeah. I mean, it's a redistribution, but to me, I'm expecting us to come up here. Yeah. 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 Let me know how it goes. Like I said, yeah. I mean, when we look at EU, I'll kind of share you my thoughts as well. But yeah, this to me is this right here is the important piece. If we trade above that, I really don't care about any of that. I'm pretty convinced we're going to be coming up into this range here. This to me is just a continuation play, right? This is the manipulation. So, but like I said, I mean, I could be dead wrong. All right, going back to the yen, right? Going back to the yen, I'm just waiting to see what we do here, right? I'm waiting to see what we do here, and we'll see the continuation on it. So jumping into what I'm personally looking at. So ACAD, we'll just run down the gamut. ACAD, I've been bearish on this. Kind of identified out of this slingshot area, this redistribution, we identified that 410-minute candle. Price came perfectly into that 15-minute, or I'm sorry, in the 50% of the 410. And I'm still holding, where's she at? I'm still holding a position from this low in here. You could see I kind of wanted to see us come back and mitigate out. We never did, never caught an entry on it, but I am still holding what I have here. I did take, what do we take? When we broke this low, yeah, when we broke this low here, it was 100 pips, so it was a 1 to 58 out of it. I'm at break even on it. I've taken all the partials I want to take. I've taken 3 partials out of it. And you can kind of see what I wanted to play out of. I wanted to see, and I talked about it this morning to everybody that was on my Zoom call this morning, right? We were looking for a distro. Well, we got a distro, right? And remember what I said, I want to see us break, and we did that. So at this point, what I'm going to be looking for, and I'm going to be just very cognizant of the reaccumulation that potentially can play out, right? So because we are still at discounted pricing, and I don't like to sell from discounted pricing, but we have our distribution. And now we have an accumulation that's in the making. So essentially, how I look at this is I want to see a distribution come back up into this price action up here, right? So if we trade up into here tonight, I'll be looking for a distribution for me to take this lower. And if not, I'm going to be expecting us to break the high, jump the creek, come back and mitigate out of, and I'm hoping this isn't, I think this is changeover. Hold on. It is changeover. So I'm not entirely convinced this is a true, let's just look at it. I'm not entirely convinced. Yeah, there's really not a lot of volume in these candles here. You're watching something during UCAD? Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look. We got UCAD on the scope, but so I'm just curious, but why? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. So you're watching it during Asian. Let me ask you a question. How long do you think it's going to take you to come up here, come back to mitigate? Because I guarantee you it ain't going to be during Asian. Just do me a favor, like measure out. Yeah, exactly. It's going to happen probably during New York. Just measure from this low to this high, back to this low. How long did that take? I mean, that took over 24 hours. You know, so we'll probably see this, if not tomorrow, the next day. But yeah, it's same concept. The idea, you know, the concept is right there though. Yeah. US 30, yeah, we'll get into US 30. I actually got back into a US 30 trade this morning. I'm holding it. We'll go over it though. We'll go over. Yeah, so anyway, on ACAD, you know, I'm going to be looking for a couple of things on ACAD. You got stopped. I got stopped out too on the first attempt, but then I got back in. I'll go through it. I'll show you how I played it. Yeah. So ideally, this is what I'm going to be waiting for. I'm going to be waiting. Do we break this high and accumulate, or I'm sorry, and reaccumulate? And if we do reaccumulate, you know, then it's all right, because I'm going to be looking for selling opportunities from higher points. But ideally, it's going to be one of two things, right? We're either going to come up here and distribute, and I'll get into an entry, or we're not going to distribute. We break through that high and then be looking to play out of this to go higher, right? That's essentially what's going on with ACAD. Yeah. So, you know, it's just a wait and see, you know, because when we look at the chart, what's maintaining structure? This distribution up here, right? This distribution up here, all this was the redistribution continuation play that broke that low. So Yeah, I'll be waiting for price. If we do trade above this here, I'll be waiting for price. And you can see I got my alert sitting right up here. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So, all right, cool. ECAD. Oh, good. Sounds good, man. Good job with it. What is that? That's yeah, not a too shabby. I personally I don't trade ECAD, so I could care less about ECAD. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know we came into that area. Did you just throw a limit order off of what was the point of interest? You said you got a 20-minute, but 20-minute what? Yeah, I don't know. What off the got 1 hour SC? Gotcha. What was the trade you were in this morning that you took out of Asian price action? What was it? Did it end up playing out for you? I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. You didn't take it? I thought you did. Oh, I thought you did. What was it? Do you remember what setup was it? EuroChef? Wait, what? No, was it EuroChef? Took this today on your. Took this on EuroChef. Mm, okay, alrighty. It was EA. It was EA. All right, we'll take a look at EA too. Yeah. All right. So anyway, ACAD, that's what I'm waiting on. You know, I would like to see higher prices because then I can get into a better sell. But yeah, look at the higher time frame. We got a lot of room to go. We got a lot of room to go. I'm expecting ACAD coming down into this here. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting on. Yeah, I don't trade EuroChef either, but we could take a look at. So wait, you're selling so you're okay. So what are you doing? Just playing order flow? Is that what you're doing? Because this is your structure point, right? This is your structure point. So yeah, you're just playing order flow down. I got you. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. No, I don't trade. Yeah, I don't trade EuroChef and I don't trade ECAD. Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking on ACAD. Listen, Chef JPY, Chef JPY. Listen, this by far is biggest trade of my career so far. And we did. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but where the heck's my little, there it is, 30-minute. All right, cool. Yeah, I think I am going to slam this down on a hedge. So I'm in the buys from down here. So the one order is sitting at a 1 to 62, and then the other one is a 1 to 330, 340, I think. 343, 1 to 343 and a 1 to 62. So, I talked about this last week. I'm waiting in here. This is a slingshot, right? I'm waiting here. Perfect reaccumulation. I've got that 158-minute candle. That is the full volume candle. I'm also looking at the 5-minute. Yeah, we got the UTAD. But I'm still waiting. Like we broke the low, right? We broke the low. What was it? The only problem I have is that this is the changeover candle, man. That 31-minute might be it, but this is the changeover candle. And I really don't want to deal with trying to fight inconsistent price action. Let me just see some. Yeah, so look at this crap. Yeah, so for me, like I'm not even going to bother. there's no volume in this. This is the 5 p.m. changeover candle. So in reality, all that we have is this. So price, there's nothing above this red line. There's nothing. So this doesn't really happen. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not legit. No, not legit for me, bro. Yep. No, it's all shenanigans, man. So I'm not gonna. I really wanted to sell this, man. This looked like a beautiful little distribution, but I'm not gonna try to fight this. You know what I'll do is I will, and you know, the sell is just the hedge anyway, but ideally what I'm going to look for is this, you know, like, let's just say some BS happens up here and we get Asian price action to come down. You know, I'm going to do just like I normally do, right? Wait for Frankfurt or London to sweep Asian price action. We get the break, and then I'll mitigate out of London or Asian. And essentially that would be what the redistribution. So I may not get into the distribution, but I'll get into the redistro. Right. So, yeah. So listen, those of you guys that are on YouTube, I dropped the link to the Zoom. Just jump on Zoom. One, because I'm not going to post that YouTube video on, because the YouTube like throttles the connection, so it's delayed. It's stupid. It's not in high definition. So just jump on the Zoom link. Jump on the Zoom link. There's plenty of room. Clean play on S. Yes. Did you catch SPX this morning? Oh, all right. Yeah. So I did. I'm in SPX and I'm in US30. So do you mind if you record it? Now I'll upload it. It's being recorded. It'll be uploaded into whatchamacallit. It'll be uploaded into my YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Let's see. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So first area is the SC. Yeah, for CHFJPY. Yeah. You got in on this on US30. So what was your entry based off of though? Yeah. I'll show you what I got in, but yeah, what was the entry based off of? Yeah, that gotcha, bro. Gotcha. Let's see. Yeah, but what's it off of? Like what's your point of interest? Like you just randomly threw a gray box up, or what was this? Like what was this entry based off of? The 15-minute. You got in off the 15-minute. So it was the 15-minute open? Yeah. So we'll go over it, man. I took the same trade, got stopped out, got back in right here. I got back in right off of that. So if you measure this play here, this came in at 50% of it. I think it was like the 24-minute candle is what I took it off of. And how I played it was my stop loss was right here, because on the 15-second, this was a redistribution. So I had a 15-second stop here. I had another, I don't know if you can see it, but on the 1 minute, this is a clean type 1 distro. That is the UTAD. So I had an entry off of here, and then my next entry was off of that, and we just didn't go high enough. So, and if you, SPX played into the 80% of this beautifully. So that was my SPX entry, was off of that at 9:30 equities open candle. So that's what I took there. So wait. M15 was based on the H1. M15 was based off the H1. All right, yeah. But so I guess the question is this 34,947.4 equals what? What is that? Is that the 15-minute open? Is it the H1? Oh, what is it? Yeah, and then I'll look on the chart for it. How many chances will you give yourself to re-enter? Well, I mean, that's why I risk 0.25%, because I can give myself a lot of chances, right? The guy that's risking 1 to 2%, you know, he loses 3 trades, he's down 3 to 6%, right? I lose 3 trades, I'm down a 0.25% or 0.75% loss. So yeah, I mean, I have a total 1% loss a day shut off. So when I hit 1%, so 4 trades, I'm done for the day. Yeah. The last M1 manipulation push. Okay, so wait a minute. So you took it off of you. So the gray box is the last push before the bearish structure. The last push. So this candle here is what you took it off, or this candle here? Has that happened to me a lot? I mean, it still happens sometimes. Like I've had maybe like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I had a day where I took 3 losses. I was trying to catch something. I don't remember what it was. But I took 3 losses, so I was done for the day. It was an early day. And I think it was a Wednesday. Yeah. You went off the H4. Let me see what you got, bro. Yeah. I mean, listen, and I mean, that's an all right play. I had that lined up. We'll go over US 30, man. I got it. So hold on. The whole zone really caused its fractal. I don't have a TradingView Pro, so I took the area. Yeah. So I guess maybe I'm not trying to make this harder than it is. I just wanted to know what made you put your gray box right here and right here, and what made you take an entry at 34947.4? Why not 34947, or why not 34948? Like, what made you put it right here and not like 50%, not like 50% of this 1 minute candle? Or, you know, I guess that's my only question. And then I guess the other question would be, why did you put your stop loss higher than this wick? You know, like what made you put it at 34970.3 and not like 34971 or 34968? You know, because like for me, if I was looking, not that I would have played, I don't think I would have played this. Yeah, I don't think I would have played this like this. But seeing it like that, I mean, for me, there's no reason to put it above this wick, unless I don't know what happened over here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I didn't even realize that though. Yeah, that is a huge, well, it's not too bad. That's like 20, yeah, whatever. Because I saw we left equal highs on that last push. I placed a stop there and we manipulated it. Yeah. But so that's what I'm saying is like, what made you pick a, what is that? That is a 23.6. What made you pick 23.6 point stop loss and not 30 or not 22? You know what I'm saying? Like what caused you to put your stop loss there based off of here to the left? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you play it off of this high up here? Is that what you did? No, that high is way too high, right? Because that'd be over 5. That'd be over 35. Because I'm new to indices, so I try my. All All right. Sounds good, man. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. All right. No worries. Sounds good. All right. So anyway, Chef JPY. Yeah. I'll be looking to take this down. I'll be looking to take this down. I'm here. This is my first buying opportunity is going to be out of this, right? It's going to be out of this bad boy right here. Yeah, I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking in this shakeout right here. So, dive into it. You can see there's that 5-minute candle that I want to play out of, but for me, it's the 158. The 158 is the full volume candle. So really nice full volume candle. And, we have cause for price to come in there, right? We had an accumulation. This entire 158 candle is the spring. Happened during pre-New York, but then we have like these equal highs that are sitting, or I'm sorry, equal lows that are sitting here. So, right, there's tons of liquidity. Plus there's that Asian price action right in here. So I'm going to be looking for price to sweep these lows, come back and mitigate that 158 and then take her up. I personally have a small limit on it, but it's only a slingshot, right? But I have a small limit just because I'm in from down here and I've taken massive profits out of Chef JPY. If we do come down to the extreme of lower time frame, my money's on the 30-minute candle. So I'll be looking right here out of this 30-minute candle. This is a reaccumulation that occurs. I do have a limit order off of this 30-minute candle. And I mean, when we look at it, we could see the fractal accumulation here. This comes back to mitigate. So like when we look at, what the heck did this thing do? When we come up and we measure this last push, you can see we come into 50% of it. So I'm looking to mitigate that 30-minute candle. And that's what I want to play out of. No. It's the Asian hideout tool, bro. Yeah. So yeah, like yeah, there's a wick. So like if I go, hold on. Yeah. So like if I move that out of the way, you get that, but that's the changeover. That means nothing to me. So I just hide it. It's like, it's not even there. All right. So, yeah. Are you looking to sell out of the 5-minute candle? Which 5-minute candle? I'm looking to sell out of the 5-minute candle. What 5-minute candle? Did you just jump on, bro? No, this is a fantasy. This doesn't happen. Yeah. Like just throw your volume profile on there, man. This doesn't happen. If we go, there's no orders. No orders. So you can pretty much do this. I'll tell you right now, you can go like this. And we can do this. There we go. Problem solved. That's what we got. Yeah. That's the servers. That's the changeover. So there's no orders in it. It's just it's a fallacy. I take psychological numbers, quarter theory, for profits. I don't take them for entries. Yeah, I don't take them for entries. I want the tightest entry possible. Otherwise, I mean, like I could have, out of this 2-hour candle over here, right? Out of this 2-hour candle over here, I could have done, I don't know, what's the 60 level maybe? Yeah, I could have done the 60 level, right? Which, I mean, it was pretty close. I went off of 609, but my real entry came in at 545, and she came to 542. So yeah, I use quarter theory. I use those, the 50s, the 80s, the whole numbers and stuff as my take partials or take profit. Yeah. Changeover of what? Oh man. It's the market changeover. At the end of New York session, when it goes into Sydney, it's market changeover. So every broker resets their servers and then you get all that shenanigans. What about stop loss? What's my drill? What do you mean? What's my drill? What's the most that I'm going to risk on price You know, if price breaks a low, then I'm wrong about the trade. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking for a short, but yeah, I'm looking for a short on it. Ideally, what I'm going to look for is probably, you know, a redistribution. So in a nutshell, I'm just going to be looking for this. Like let price sweep this high during. I tell you what, that'd be great. If Frankfurt or London swept that high and then we did this, I'm taking that trade down like that. All right, that's ultimately what I'm going to do. So, and actually, let me just throw that back up there. Open-ended crossing UTAD. That's what I'll do. Right. So that's how I'm going to play it. He was waiting. Yeah. You don't have that push with what on CHFJPY? You don't have this. Yeah, no. It's because it's on a Wanda. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yep. It's only on a Wanda. So yeah, there you go. The second 30-minute candle, right? What are you talking about, Wes? Down here? Yeah, don't worry about, bro. You're I think it's like 500 pips from there. You can wait till you get home, my you can wait till you get home, bro. Yeah, it's 430 pips. You're good, bro. It ain't gonna happen tonight. So yeah, all is good, bro. I'll send the chart. Yeah, the chart's in the watch list on the Discord too. So don't worry, man. It's the same chart I dropped like weeks ago. Is your stop loss in a specific place? Yeah, stop loss is at the bottom of a wick or a candle, whatever the maximum risk is going to be is my stop loss. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, CHFJPY, this is what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at these 2 points right here. I'll tell you right now, like I will drop these charts. Here, I'll just drop these charts right here. Let me see. Yeah, I'll drop this chart in the Aporia Discord. I'll do it right now before I forget, because I always forget to do it. So I'll drop CHFJPY in there. Yeah, let's see. Bam. Okay. Yeah, I just dropped it in there. So there's my chart on CHFJPY. I'm just waiting at these two areas right here. All right. I will have a limit order off that 30-minute. Am I going to check GJ? I'll check GJ. I have nothing to trade with GJ though. GJ's in the middle of intraday structure and it's broken lower time frame structure. So, but yeah, we'll get into it. EA. So EA is getting awfully damn close to where I want to start looking for buys. So, you know, I've been expecting this drop. What I want to play into is way back here in July, I caught this entry and you could see the accumulation and you could see the reaccumulation. Now, I don't have a limit order I want to set because price could potentially come and play into this or could sweep these lows and play into this wick right here, right? So ultimately, that's what I want to see happen. So for me, I'm just going to be waiting for an accumulation when we get there. And we're awfully close. I think we're going to be like 40 pips or so. Let's see. Where are we sitting at? Yeah, it's getting pretty close. So I'm going to be waiting. I'll be looking for this to come down lower. This is where I want to look for my buy. So I've got an alert sitting right here about like 56, like 32 or something like that. And yeah. I'm pretty convinced it's probably going to play into this redistro, right? Probably play into that redistro and make one more pass down. So I got in EA off 80% of the 13-hour. Okay, sounds good, man. 13-hour. 80% of the 13-hour. Where's the 13-hour? What was your stop loss on a 13-hour candle, though? You got in off of this right here? I don't know what the 13-hour candle you got in at. Out of here? Yeah, what was your stop loss? Yeah, I mean, wait, you bought? Oh, wait, you bought out of this. You bought out of this. Holy madness, though. What was your stop loss on that? Hold on. I don't even want to know. 35? 35, and then EA is probably another pip for spread. 30. So you're looking at like 30. Now, for me, it's not even worth it. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this, like if you don't have to worry about margin, and if you don't have to worry about, just think of it like this: for a 1 to 10, on a 35 pip stop loss, you got to catch 350 pips. So as long as you're prepared to ride that sucker up 350 pips for your 1 to 10, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, I can't afford to have a trade locked up where I'm only at like a 1 to 9 and I'm over 300 pips in profit. I can't, because this trade would be EA right now I'll tell you right now, EA on a Wanda, I think is a 6% margin requirement. So, I mean, for every one lot, I'm eating up 6% of my equity. And I just can't swallow that. Like I can't do that. But I mean, the analysis is there. I know what you mean. So, what do you mean? What's my max risk? How do I get such a narrow POI? So I mean, like, all right, real quick. So like CHFJPY, right? We come into, like, I think I covered this last time, but so for me, this 2-hour candle, right? 80% of the 2-hour candle was 9.4 pips. I can manage that, right? I didn't take it off the 50 because I can't swallow. I think it would have been like a 15 pip stop, 16 pip stop. I can't do that, right? But inside of that, right? What do we have? I don't think I can go. All right, so 5 minute. Can you see what happens down here? I don't know if you can, but so down in here, what happens? Well, this is April 24th, April 23rd, right? So if we come over here, hold on, because I showed it today. Hold on. I think it's this one. Yeah, here you go. All right. So this was April 25th. I took this screenshot. So I took this entry here off of the 15-second schematic that happened here, right? We won't go into like why I took this entry, but what I do know is that this was the 30-second open candle. So 50% of the 15-second open candle, right, comes in at 117,545. All right. So, and you could see we have imbalance in here. But what's more important is I know I don't need to risk anything below this wick. So my risk, right, was 117,532, right? Or actually 531. I take it back. 531 was my risk, right? Because we don't need to go anything below that stop loss. Okay. And I know that this area right here is where we're going to trade. So, that's what I was looking at for my entry. So fast forward, right? Fast forward to, and like, you just got to do the work, right? You got to make sure that, like, did I know? Well, listen, most of you guys are in my Discord, right? On this call. Like when I took this screenshot on April 25th, did I not say I put this limit in? Right. And this was intraday slingshot. So I didn't delete it, right? We never invalidated the intraday slingshot. So this order was non-expiring. It's been set since April 25th, and, now come back over to where we traded into, right? where we traded into was right here. All right. So where we traded into, right? My entry was 545. Okay. Price comes to 541. Price comes to 542. Right. So came into my entry 545 and my stop loss was 531 and we never get to 531. So, you know, do I put a lot of risk on that trade? No. I mean, I put, what did I put? $50, I think I said, right? Yeah. I threw $50 at this trade, right? $50 on this trade where it went to a 1 to 330. Not now I'm only holding less than 50% volume, but on a $50 trade, I mean, this thing is $50 risk. I made $17,160, right? So yeah, like I didn't, you know, the reason I didn't put a lot of risk is because I wanted more risk into the trade that I knew definitely was going to get filled. I didn't know if that one was going to get filled. So, all right. But that's how you refine your POI is like, you know, I did the work when way back when I waited, what did I say? 150 days, 150 days. I waited for this trade, you know, and I'm perfectly fine waiting 150 days for this trade, you know. Let's see. Yeah. So from here to here, yeah, 150, 149, well, 150 days. Yeah. 150 days, you know, so now what am I expecting? I'm expecting us to trade above this freaking high right here, right? So if we do that, we trade above that high, I'll wait another 150 days for price to come either here or price to come here. Because if I can say to myself, you know what, if I wait 150 days and those 150 days give me a 1 to 100, a 1 to 200, a 1 to whatever it is, right? Was it worth it? Yeah, absolutely. It was worth it. You know, absolutely. Okay. All right, hold on, let me catch up. What's the candle in the extreme for EA? I don't have a candle, bro. Yeah, I don't have a candle. There's nothing that I could find with Confluence. So my Forex fund accelerated account, don't have no idea, bro. I've never looked into it. What is the max pip risk for your desired risk to reward? It all depends on the risk to reward. For me to open up my MT5, I needs to be a minimum of a 1 to 10 payout. I need a 1 to 10. So if that means that, and it's a 1 to 10 for my first partial out area, right? So it's all dependent on where that's going to be, you know. I'll tell you right now, like I very seldomly take anything over, I would say I don't take any stop losses over 15 pips, and most of the time they're in the single digits. So like under 10 is typically what I like to stick into. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'm slowly getting away from my FTMO account, but no, I trade for the prop trading firm, TPT, and then FTMO, and then I just trade my personal account, you know. Yeah. What's the Discord link? The public Discord link, it's the Aporia group. So yeah, it's the Aporia group here. I don't know if somebody's not in there. Hold on. Here we go. Here it is right here. That's the Discord link to the Aporia group. Yeah. You're gonna have to get trading. I'll tell you. So here's my take on TradingView, the premium, right? I traded perfectly fine 3 years trading without the seconds time frame. I'll tell you this, when you're pretty darn consistent trading the regular time frames, then go ahead and amp it up and get the premium. You know, this is something I toiled with and I fought back, and you know, both me and my trading partner went back and forth on it, on whether or not we should upgrade to it. You know, like one thing I didn't want to do was I didn't want to live on the seconds time frame, but now that I have it, it just gives me so much more data, so much more confluence to get into. So yeah. Yeah. There is no answer to that because BTC and indices have different pip. What? Hold on. Okay. bro. Yeah, of course it is all about the R to R. That's the only thing that matters to me. Would I prefer MFF or I have no idea what MFF is, man. Sorry. Do you use a trade copy software? No, I don't. I can't use a trade copy software because every broker has different prices. So I tried a trade copy software and it didn't help me one iota. So do you enter all your trades to wait? Do you enter all of your trades to all your? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I do. Let's see. IG.com has second stream. Yeah. And also if you open up an Awanda demo account, you can get the free ones too. So yeah. For me, I also like the fact that I have 400 alerts. So where I live with the alerts, that's what keeps me off the charts all day. All right, man. Sounds good. Since I've learned a lot from public like you two, I want to ask, do I have a course? No, I don't have a course, man. Sorry. My Forex funds. Yeah. I've never even logged on and done a search for my Forex funds. So I couldn't tell you, man. I have no idea. Yeah, there you go. Open an Awanda account. There you go. Yep. Yeah. So, all right, cool. Moving on. Let's do it. Okay. So we talked about EA, right? And Wes, yeah, man, I don't have a candle, bro. I just couldn't find anything. I went back in my journal too from that previous price action and there's just nothing. There's nothing that like I told myself, oh, this is where I'm going to put a limit order on. So yeah. All right. EG, let's do EG, right? So EG, for those of you guys, I think I threw this in the Discord not too long ago, right? But we played out of that H1 candle up here, doing pretty nice with this price action. Now, this was, it's a 10.6 pip stop, so it wasn't the tightest stop in the world, but I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Now, I am interested in seeing if we can take out this right here, right? If we can do that, what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for a selling opportunity out of these two areas here, right? I've already got the idea, like the candles identified. I know how I'm going to play them. I just need that low to get taken. I will, and this is something I've been toying with, I will look to today, if we make this low, I will be playing out of this London price action here, right? That's something I'm going to be looking at. If you just look at this accumulation, it's trapping buyers, and I'll drink a cold one for every attempted buyer out of an accumulation on EG this year, because I marked it up for I marked it up for Zach. That's what I did. Hold on. Did I mark it up here? Was it this? Yeah, here you go. Here's it since May. Here's every accumulation that trapped buyers all in here. And this is the next one. So I'm not interested in trying to buy this sucker, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for this sucker to break down, take this, make this lower time frame structure. And then I could put a limit order off of this. Right. So I don't even know when I marked this up. Why did I mark this up? Yeah, it is what it is. But I'm looking for sells. I'm holding what I got out of this. We're maintaining intraday from up here. This distribution that causes this entire push is maintaining intraday. So I'm pretty convinced that we will eventually sometime this week see a lower low being formed here. And then I'm going to be looking for a price to come back up here and mitigate out of here. Right. Because ultimately, what do we have? Like on a higher time frame, we just have a massive distribution. And this is the UTAD. Right. So this is the UTAD. So you got your 1, 2, 3 drive, fourth drive, boom, UTAD mitigate out of supply, which was maintaining lower time frame that causes this low. And what do? We sold off, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I have no, this stuff here, this was just me marking this accumulation out in case we broke structure, and we haven't. So there is no reason for me to look for a buy out of that sucker. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me catch up. Yeah. Once we break, limits going in. I already have it. I already have it set up on the PSC. The credentials, the information's already in the PSC. All I got to do is just double tap it to activate it. So we're good. Let's see. Yeah, just, yeah, I don't really like, all good, man, but I don't, I don't like to publicize the mentorship too much, just because I don't want to have 1,000 people in it, you know, like I like to keep it small. But yeah, just PM me or hit me on Discord or Instagram later, and I'll give you some info. I'll just tell you this, it's not, yeah, it's not really for like beginners. Like we don't work on how to take a trade, or, you know, how to take partials, or how to use TradingView. Like it's, you know, we run with it. So, all right. So if you leave the window open on PSC, it doesn't delete. No. Yeah. So if you leave, when you close out MT5 and you open it back up, as long as you don't close out of the EG chart, the PSC will be there. Yeah, it'll be there. So that's honestly what I've been doing when I delete an order, because like, say, you know, Asian, or say the weekend came, I just leave that chart on the PSC, and then when I close out of MT5 and go back into it, the stuff's already there. So yeah, yep, yeah, it works. So I'm more of a swing trader. Yeah, I'm not a scalper. I'm a swing trader. Yeah. I just hold trades for a very long time with a lot of pips with a really small stop loss. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. It's all good. Yeah. I probably get, I don't know, dude, I easily get 100 messages a day. So that's why I don't publicize it, because then I'd be getting 200 messages a day. And you guys already know how busy I get. So, all right. So that's EG. That's what I'm waiting on, right? EG to me is super clean. I think the accumulation going on in here, I mean, you already see it, like soon to be redistribution, right? This is going to be the ultimate trap for buyers, because when you look at it, what are we accumulating out of this? Question, what the heck did that do? Did absolutely nothing. It was the reason price accumulated in order to distribute out of previous supply to come lower. So that's what I'm waiting on. Alrighty. EU. Let's talk about EU. So EU higher time frame, right? EU on the higher time frame. Again, where are we coming, right? We are coming for this, right? That's what we're coming from. If you know, for me, like, I see the distribution right here, right? I see the distribution. I see us coming for this right here. That's what it's reaching for. So out of that, we are, hold on. Come on. There we go. So out of that, right now, when I look at EU, you know, we've just been falling off the damn cliff, and I think it's hilarious. But this is what's maintaining structure right here. This high, this distribution. Come on, annotate. There we go. Distribution maintaining structure. This is the slingshot that broke structure, right? So, you know, obviously, like, one of the things I'm really happy that we were able to get into this. You know, I'm still holding this. It was at a 1 to 90. I don't know what it's at now, but I'm sure it's still the same thing, 1 to 90. So I got into this. I know a bunch of other people got into it based off of that 25-minute candle that we were talking about. It was like FOMC or NFP candle that we got the mitigation. Really easy price action to play. At this point, this is what I'm waiting on, right? I was waiting on price to come into this redistribution. Well, we have failed to do that. So one of the things I was looking at this morning, and it's strictly order flow, which, you know, I don't like to play order flow, but we have made a new low. And that new low was created out of this distribution right here, right? That distribution, this is your Frankfurt open. We break, we come back to exactly 80% of the Frankfurt open, right? The Frankfurt move, we come back to exactly 80, and then we sell off. So we make a new low. We have this little BS accumulation during Asian, which doesn't last, turns into a redistribution. So my 2 points of interest are going to be out of this. I guess I should mark it up. Hold on. Are going to be out of this redistribution. Redistro. There you go. So my first point of interest is going to be out of the redistribution, or if we come back into this push right here. This is what I want to play out of. So either way, it's order flow, right? It's order flow. So I need to wait for a distro. So it doesn't really matter the point of interest. If I see a distribution, I'm going to look for the play out of it. All right. That's how I'm going to tackle it. What you got, bro? On EU. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, we got a long way to do, you know, I mean, like I'm looking for the sell because I'd love to be a part of the 1.18 to, let's just say, the 1.08. That's 1,000 pips. I want to partake in that 1,000 pips, man. So yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm more concerned with this candle right here. So like the 50s here and the 80s probably in here. So this area is where I'm looking for price to come back to. Yeah. So, you know, we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, you got it. So EU, I'm going to play order flow. You know, I don't have a choice but I'm going to wait for the distro. And if it decides it wants to play up higher, then great. I just don't see a reason for it to play up higher, but we'll ultimately see how that kind of, manifests itself. The one thing I am looking though, is I'm going to be making sure that when we look at the divergence, right, going on between EU and DXY, just keep in mind what's going on, right? If I come over here to DXY and let me invert it. There we go. So good night. What do I have? I guess I could delete this shenanigans. I don't know what the heck is all this. Okay, so we can see that there's divergence, right? We have broken this low on EU. We have not broken this low on DXY. So we have a little bit of divergence on it, which is kind of just showing us that EU is the leader, DXY is the laggard. So that's what I'm waiting for. You know, ideally we break this low on DXY. I got long-term sells on EU coming. All right. So that's what I'm waiting on. Yeah. So EU, pretty straightforward, it's going to be, honestly, for me, I think EU is just a walk in the park, just waiting on it. And then going with EU, we'll talk about GU in a sec, but GU is pretty much the identical thing. We're just looking to take this lower. GA. So GA, I've been talking about this coming lower. I'm still waiting. It's still not to the area where I want to take a buy from. So I was looking at this last week. I was pretty confident it was going to be a redistribution. We did redistribute. I was actually even looking for a hedge sell because I'm still holding buys from way down in here. But I was looking for a sell out of this distribution up here. We just never got that. And I'm still waiting down here out of this price action right here to see if that's going to be where we get our buy from. I'm looking at the what is it? The 25-minute. So I'm looking at the 25-minute candle, which is this 25-minute candle. You could see that this is where we come in, we mitigate, right? And out of that, this is one of the buys that I got into. I'm looking for now for us to mitigate out of here. So that's why my alert is sitting at 1.8400. I want to see us play into this right here. And if we can do that, great. If we can get price to play into that, that's ultimately where I want to start looking for buys. That's going to be the first area I'm going to be looking for buys on GA. I'm not interested in looking anything higher than 1.8400. I want to see us actually come higher. And if we do take out that 1.8400, then I'm going to be looking for price action right in here, right? That's what I want to play, because ultimately this is what's maintaining that leg that created the entire intraday push. Okay. So that's what I have on GA. Okay, cool. GN, listen, GN, I don't even know what to say about GN. So GN, this is this is like a bag of bones to me. Like I want no part. If I would have been in this trade, if I would have gotten in where I wanted to get in here and where price is sitting at currently, I'd be in this trade for 34 days and only 240 pips to show for it. That's it. This thing is doing something for me. It's not ready for me to enter. Like I'm not interested. I was looking out, this was that NZD news, whoever got into it, really nice little play out of it. Unfortunately, was this changeover? Yeah, this was changeover. Yeah. So this is non-existent. We can just do that shenanigans right there. I don't even have to put up the volume profile. But out of this price action, for me, I talked about this morning. If this is going to be the accumulation, then what I need us to make a high, and then when we come back, I'll play out of here. If not, I'm looking for us to play lower, right? I'm looking for us to take out, where is it? 30 minute? Yeah. I'm looking to play out of this right here. I want us to sweep all of this junk right here, come lower, and then right in here. And this is going to be kind of consistent with what GA is doing. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for on GN. Like I said, the other option on GN would be wait for the break, right? Make this whole thing, because this is your distro, creek, accumulation, make it a reaccumulation, and then play out of the shake out of the reaccumulation. Will I be doing gold? Yeah, gold's on my list. Crypto, I mean, we could take a quick little look at BTC, but yeah. I'll tell you, like I haven't really margin traded BTC a lot. I invest in crypto, so I chart it up with like the mindset of cost dollar averaging in. So that's GN, right? Let's talk about US 30. So US 30, listen, I don't know if you guys have looked at this, but most of the hedge funds love that 50 EMA. And we've broken below the 50 EMA and we've retested it multiple times. I'm pretty convinced that this thing is coming down, right? I'm pretty convinced on that. Now the only thing we need to break is the weekly. We need to break did we break the 3-day? Yeah, we haven't broken the 3-day yet. And we haven't broken the weekly. We haven't broken the weekly either yet. So I'm eager to see what happens when we get down there. But for the time being, I'm selling the crap out of U30, right? Like when we look at what's happened, we had a distro, broke invalidated demand, had another distro, broke lower time frame structure, had another distro here after we broke this low, came back, and that was my play. JP Morgan and Goldman telling us, yeah. Yeah. I laugh at, which platform do I use for margin trading? Margin trading what? It depends on what I margin trade. So, yeah. So U30, like this was the catch last week, man. We played, like if you come into it, you just go down to the 5-minute. We were looking at this. So we had this Frankfurt sweep that played into this distro. So we measured the Frankfurt sweep. This was 80%. That's where we wanted to see price come into. So, I personally didn't I don't think I took a limit order out of it. Maybe I did, because I know I have a ton of, that was a 12, we'll call it 13 point, right? 13 point stop on U30. And she came perfectly into it. She came perfectly. No, I didn't take it. I took it out of the distro. That's what I did. So out of that price action, this was my entry. So the reason whoever it was that was showing me a US 30, the reason I was asking is because I want to say we took the same trade. You were taking your entry, I think, out of this price action, and I was taking my entry out of that price action over there, So, but yeah, that's why my stop loss was right here. My stop loss was right here simply because that's if price action went above that, then I was wrong about this distribution, right? Yeah. how can we trade metals and indices on a Wanda? If you are in the US, you can't. That's why I use FX Choice, bro. Yeah, you can't trade CFDs with a US broker, a US Forex broker. So I use FX Choice, or you have to trade futures. So like I have TD Ameritrade that I trade futures on. So I'll trade, SPX, which is like the ES. I'll trade NASDAQ, I'll trade US 30, and I'll trade gold and silver and oil through TD Ameritrade, or you could trade it through an offshore broker. But yeah, it's the US brokers cannot offer CFDs to US residents. It's because they're protecting us, bro. That's why. But anyway, so yeah, this was the trade that we took here. Super clean entry. Like how we managed it, you can see I took coming down off of it, took partials at key levels for me. I've taken 3 partials out of it. I wanted to see, this was Monday, I wanted to see an entry out of this. It just didn't give me an entry. And which brokers do you say you use again to trade CFDs? I use FX Choice, but if you're a US resident, you can't use them anymore. They've stopped taking US residents. So yeah, I use FX Choice. Your entry was the one on Monday. So your entry was this one here. I got you. Hold on. Your entry was this one here. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Sounds good, man. I didn't have an entry out of this because this to me is what I wanted to play out of this. And we just never came back to mitigate. So, but good. Yeah. I mean, I guess good call on your stop loss. I would have been stopped out. If this would have been a type 1 distribution, I would have been stopped out by this. Yeah. So no worries, no worries. All right. And then today, this is what I played today. So I actually got stopped out on the first one. So we came in. Where is she at? We'll go to the 1 minute. So right at equities open, we had the manipulation right here. So what I did was I just measured the manipulation. So you can see the 50 and the 80. Price ends up coming into, I mean, just narrowly into that 80% in here. But to me, this was the distro. Come on, what the heck? There we go. This was the distro 1, 2, 3 drive UTAD that I was looking at. And then price ends up, stopping me out. The entry I ended up taking was when I saw price distributing here, I market executed and put a stop loss above this high. And where I took the entry, like you could just see the distro in here. So I had a second order that I was waiting to take off of this right here. So when we look at what we have a 1 drive, a 2 drive, a 3 drive, and a UTAD that trades above this. And then ultimately we break. So what I was looking at, I had an entry. I pretty much just measured this right here and had it 50% with a stop loss here. Never got it. So I market executed when I saw us essentially doing this. I market executed with the stop loss above that high over there to the left. It's been a long time since I market executed, but I just didn't. I didn't want to miss this move, and the reason I did it was because what SPX did. SPX did the exact same thing and maintained the high. So we come over here to SPX, and this was my entry on SPX right here. So same thing. We have our type 4 distro walking up. We have price. Come on. We have price at the 930 open. So I took an entry right out of that 80% right here with the stop loss here. So same distro, I was like, all right, well, if it stops me out, then I know I'm wrong about it. So took the entry out of here. And then once we broke this down in here, I mean, obviously I'm at break even on it, but super clean distro as well. You come over here on the 15-second and you could see this just super clean distribution price giving really nice price action. Not enough, right? There was never a break for me to take a second entry because when we broke, we never came back to mitigate. So it just sucks. Yeah, EJ, you got EJ. All right. What would you advise someone about spreads? Which, what do you mean advice on spreads? I measured the, yeah, the 1 minute candle, bro. Yep. Yeah. Yep. On EJ. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but the only problem is this current price action? Is it current price action? I don't know. Yeah. Good luck with it, bro. I mean, maybe if it comes into London, but I wouldn't trade it on during Asian. That's just me. It would violate my rule. Yeah, I don't, where's this point of interest though? Where's EJ? With such stop losses all the time, I either don't get filled or tap my stop loss and sells because of spread. Yeah, are you adding your spread to your positions? You're looking sell to buy. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I mean, what time frame was that chart on? 10-minute? Let me just see some. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll tell you this. I'm not selling it. I think this is going to trade higher. This distribution isn't the cleanest for me, and I mean, you did break here, right? You did get your break. Unless you're in the buy. If you're in the buy already on it, then I would say, yeah, man, good job. You know, go with it. The hedge will cover you. But for me, it's just not worth it. Like, there's no point. It's one thing if we came into a supply point, but what the heck are we distributing out of? Yeah. I mean, what are we distributing out of? Maybe if it came higher, maybe if it came into like this, but yeah. No, I mean, it could be a type 1. I mean, it could be a type 1. Because for me, I think the 1 hour may be the better view. Yeah, for me, I would mark it out like this. I would be like climax, AR, test, MSAL, test, up thrust, UTAD. And then the UTAD broke. So test, but I just don't, yeah. I'll pass. I'll wait for the buys. I'm not, if this wasn't a supply point, I'd say go for it. Especially now that we're accumulating out of this. I mean, look at that accumulation on it. Like for me, I already kind of can see what's going to happen with this. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that. You could see what they did all during New York. Yeah. But for a type 2 yeah, it's sitting in nowhere. So I'm personally, I'm not gonna give it the time of day. Yeah. So anyway, SPX, you know, we talked about SPX. Listen, for those of you guys, I'm still holding this position up here as well. I'm looking to take this to a new low, right? I'm looking for this to trade below here. So, you know, when we look at the 4 hour, or yeah, when we look at the 1 hour chart, I mean, I've still got the Yeah, I've still got the sells from up in here. I've got the sells from here. And when let's just hide the drawings and look what's going on, right? We've broken structure here. We've made a new low here. I'm expecting a new low here, and I'll be looking for price to trade below here. For me, I'm seeing a lot of supply and control, sellers, right? Sellers. The buys just haven't been able to do anything. And I think the buys are just an attempt for sellers to mitigate out of previous price action. So I'm going to continue to look for the sells, right? Nothing has told me not to, and, I'm pretty convinced that this little BS accumulation that did absolutely nothing, that's just sitting on a pile of liquidity, is going to get taken. I think all of these weak-handed buyers are gonna be sent home crying. That's just my opinion. I think we're gonna come lower. So, and we do. I mean, rightfully so. You come to I mean, look at this, right? I mean, we've got since this manipulation down here, we've yet to break any intraday order flow. So, I mean, we have a long way that we can come down. So I'm gonna be, I'll be at the forefront of that. All right, so let's go down here. So AU is one of those, it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere for me. So I was looking, we had this redistribution. I was looking for a buy at it down here, and we just didn't come low enough. And I'll be honest, like now I've kind of, I'm honestly, I'm just going to be waiting for this high to get taken up here, and then I'll play out of something. I mean, you could see the reaccumulation. I'm looking for maybe something in here if we come down. I actually don't know why my alert is. There we go. If we come down into this reaccumulation, I'll take a look at it. But it's really not something in the forefront of my, of what I want to play. I think NU is personally a better play than AU. CAD Chef, what was I looking on CAD Chef here for? Oh, because we were looking for a distro this morning. I didn't even give it a second to look. It did trade above it, I think. Hold on. No, it did not yet, but we reaccumulated out of the area I was looking at. So, you could kind of see, I kind of had this. I'm looking at this reaccumulation right here, right? Here's your attempted distro. Here's your accumulation. There's your shakeout, right? So I've got an alert, honestly, CAD Chef, the reason behind me looking for the buy on CAD Chef, even at such high prices, is because I'm expecting the CAD to just continue to strengthen. US oil is just skyrocketing. We've broken that higher time frame structure point. So the way oil goes is the way the Canadian dollar goes. And if oil isn't going to be if oil isn't going to be breaking, if it's not going to be putting the brakes on, if it's not going to be slowing down, then neither is the Canadian dollar. And that's why I think, especially CAD Chef and CHFJPY, we're just seeing them just skyrocket. But essentially I'm looking right in here for potential buy, especially since Asian price action, right? All the Asian price action of people here, manipulation, and buy we go, breaking this high, confirming reaccumulation. And I think was it like the 30-minute candle? No, let's see, 90-minute. Let's see. It's gonna be less than a 90. Hold on. Let me just see what it is. If indices are going down, crypto. So why do you correlate indices with crypto? Just curious. Ooh, look at that, 88. No, 87. 86 might be the 86. No, 85. I think 85 is going to be it. Well, I'm asking, like, why do you think they correlate? What would this be? 5 pips, 9 pips. I like that 85 minute. Yeah, for me, I don't correlate crypto to indices at all. Yeah, well, I mean, the big banks aren't in crypto, right? But so let me ask you a question. As an investor, right? As someone who has let's just say you have money in the stock market and the stock market starts crashing, right? What are you doing with your investment? What are you doing personally? Like anybody can answer this. What are you doing with your money that you have in the stock market? If the indices are going down, give me some ideas. What would you be doing? Do nothing. Let's see, moving money to crypto. Yes. Right. Gold. There you go. Right. Gold. You're going into metals, right? For a hedge, right? You're going into metals for a hedge. Well, I'll tell you right now, what is a better hedge? Crypto or gold? You know, put options. Yeah. I mean, you could do put options. Absolutely. You know, yeah, exactly. Yep. Crypto is speculative. Absolutely. 100% it's speculative. Yep. That's why for me, I don't invest a ton of money into crypto. I have a lot of money in crypto, but it's all from speculative coins. It's all from, you know, I mean, what was that? What is SHIB? SHIB gave me 455% in, when did we buy it? I think we bought it in a month, right? 455% in a month. So yeah, I mean, did I throw a ton of money at SHIB? Heck no, I didn't. But I made, you know, my return on investment was way bigger than anything in the stock market. You know, the S&P 500, the average return year to year is only like 8%, you know? So now gold, yeah, you throw it in gold, but here's the problem with gold, right? And hold on, I'm just going to mark this out real quick because I want to have this ready for tomorrow morning in case I want to play it. 15, 10, 9. Ooh, I like that 9. All right, so 9-minute be in balance on the 9. All right, so bear with me 1 second. Then we'll get back to that talk. Hold on. 7-minute imbalance. 6 is present. 6 is present. 5. Oh, we still got a little in there. We got a little, I don't know if you guys can see, but nice little accumulation here, probably on the lower time frame. Let's go. Let's just go right to it. Yeah, we got a little accumulation. I like that this 80% smacks into the 50% of this reaccumulation right here. So we're talking 80% of the 85-minute and then 50% of the 1-minute reaccumulation, right? So I like that. I like that. I'm not going to be, I mean, heck, I may throw like 25, 50 bucks and put a stop loss right here. That would be, I don't know what that'd be. What would that be? That would be a 1.2 pip stop. Yeah, but I'm expecting we need to come down. Was that 3-minute candle? Yeah, we need to come into this 3-minute candle. So 80% of that 85, which is 50% of the one. I like that coming down into this, you know, with the risk below this wick. That's something I'm going to be looking at. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so I got that set up for tomorrow. I'll be looking at that. Yeah, so going back to the question, right? With gold, you know, yeah, you could put your money in gold, right? Absolutely. Let me hide all this shenanigans because this is, but what's gold doing right now? Right? In my opinion, gold is coming down to the 1500s, right? Because we need to come back into this, right? This is the reaccumulation that caused that leg. And if we look at it, let's just say that we get gold to come here to go back to an all-time high. That's a 34% increase. That's it. 34%. You know, you look at some of the cryptos, you know, now you got to diversify, but some of the cryptos, like what's some of the big, Let's Go Coin. I threw this out a while ago, right? Where do we enter in at? We entered, yeah, okay. So I bought June 11th, we bought down in here 526%. You know, in relatively what, 3 months. You know, a lot of these chain link, what do we get on chain link? We got into chain link, down here, saw 171% increase, you know. So I mean, I'm all for diversifying. I'll tell you right now, like I'm in a bunch of cryptos. You know, all I've done is I had a set amount, I had X amount of dollars that I invested in crypto last year. When I made a really good profit out of all of those, I closed out some of the partials, you know, like when BTC hit 60K, I sold a couple of the coins I had and I reinvested them in all of these altcoins over here, you know. But I'm also 100% prepared to buy precious metals. You know, I'm buying silver. You know, I've got silver. When silver gets down into the $16 range right here, I'm buying silver. You know, that's going to be, you know, for me, I want us to come down. I actually will start buying in the $18 and $19 range, but we get into 16, that's going to be prime time for me. You know, you saw that if gold gets back up to where all-time highs, gold will be a 34% increase, but silver to all-time highs from where I want to start buying, you know, precious metals, that's going to be a 197% increase, you know. So for me, silver is going to be my hedge, you know, not gold. You know, silver is the one that I want to play. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Even mining, like I've started to mine crypto too. And I mean, just the profits I'm making off of that. I mean, I made, shoot, what is it? Where's she at? So I got into this speculative coin, Equilibria. I've been mining this and you could see, so where's she at? I mean, just the small amount that I'm doing, I mean, I'm making $349 a month on it, you know, and I've only got 2 rigs running on it. So yeah. What do you think will cause the indices to fall? Fundamentally, what's going on in the world, man? That's what's, you know. So let's look at it from this perspective. You know, just on the US side, what is going on with every policy financially that we're doing, and it's ridiculous, you know. You know, why is oil rising? Well, oil's rising because we shut down our pipelines. We're more dependent on foreign oil. You know, they're talking about, you know, I mean, look at what's going on over there in Australia and stuff with the lockdowns. I'm telling you right now, lockdowns are in our future. You know, it's you know, and this is why I don't understand why the dollar is still bullish, but you know, just from the last couple of press conferences that our president has had, you know, they were talking about where, you know, they're going to raise the debt ceiling and we're going to put, you know, another $1 trillion into whatever these projects that they want to do. But it's okay. And I kid you not, they actually said this. It's okay. It's not going to cost the taxpayers any money because we're just going to print more money. You know, that honestly is, you know, do you know helium? Do I know helium? Yeah, I got helium, bro. I got helium. Where is it? Right here. H&T? Yeah, absolutely, man. Yes. Where's my drawings? Hold on. I think it's on this chart. I am mining helium. There we go. Yeah, I am mining helium. So I bought into helium back here where it was like $9. Bought into these areas here. And then, you know, I've just been holding it. So yeah. Let's just I love it, bro. Yeah. They stopped the pipelines, man. So it is what it is. You just got 20 Bobcat miners. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've only got the one, man. I've only got the one. Yeah, for me, like I said, I didn't want to put that much investment into it. I mean, obviously, it's what you were making, what helium miners were making last week isn't going to be what's going to be in the future. I mean, obviously helium's going to be going up. So, you're just not going to be making enough as many coins as you were last week, especially with the new update to the network. They've gotten rid of spoofing. So, I don't know where you're planning to put your 20 miners, but just make sure that they're spread out, and that they've, that you've got the right antenna on there. Cause that's the other thing they're going to be clamping down. I don't know where you live, but you've got to follow the regulation for your country that you're in. So in the US, like I know, like anybody using these ridiculous, like 14, 16 dBi antennas, no, they're cracking down on it. Yeah. 19 acres of land in Vermont. Yeah. How much? So yeah, I paid, I don't know, like 440, 450 for mine, but yeah. Yep. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it, because otherwise my wife's gonna kill me. So we talked about CAD or CAD-CHF. CAD-J I'm not doing anything with. Like we've broken intraday structure. So for me on CAD-J, there ain't nothing to do until we come back into here or we come back into here. I'm just gonna be waiting for price to come back lower, and then I'll be buying to take it higher. Just keep in mind CAD-J, right? CAD-J could easily still be in a distribution, right? If we go up to, yeah, there we go. If we go up to like something like this, the way I'll know if we're in a distribution is essentially if we start doing this over the next couple of months, but I'm still going to be looking for those buys to take it higher. Yeah. I got nothing on, let me just run through what I got. EN, what were we looking at? EN, still looking out of this price action down here. This is the low that created our next high. We've kind of just been playing the EN train going higher and higher. It's the same thing like GN, just lingering. So the point of interest that I was looking at in here, yeah, this is essentially what I got in here. Looking for price to come back into, I don't know if I can get 1 minute. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I can. So we had an accumulation on the seconds time frame. We had a reaccumulation. So I'm going to be looking for price to come back into this area here. That's essentially what I want to play, right? I want to play out of this area. So like, the 65, like 60 area is what I'm going to be watching. And we'll see if we can get price to come into that area. We came about like 20 pips shy of it this morning during New York session. But again, I'm pretty convinced that all this is going to do is just mitigate out of this. This was the redistro, this was the sweep of Asian highs, and I potentially will see this come back and do this. Yeah. Have we looked at UCAD? No, UCAD's on my secondary. Actually, hold on. Did I move it off my secondary? I did not. There we go. Yeah. Am I going to scalp this? No, I'm not going to scalp it, man. Nope. No. Yeah. If I would have scalped it if it came in today, but I'm not going to scalp it off of yesterday's price action. So yeah. All right, GJ. I know somebody asked about GJ. I mean, GJ's broken lower time frame structure. We are in an area of supply. I mean, this is what price action looks like. Just absolute garbage. Yeah, there's not much that I'm going to do with GJ. I'll tell you right now. I think this is just going to go on my secondary list until this chart can make sense again to me. Because right now we've just been, I want to say like, whatever we've been in a 580 pip just sideways torrent for 84 days. So, ideally in a perfect world, what I want to see is just continue higher and take the guesswork out of it. That way I don't have to look for sells. We take out that distribution, I'll be looking for buys. At this point, I still am looking for sells. I'm looking for sells out of this distribution here. But I need to see some clean price action. And as of right now, there ain't nothing. There ain't nothing. I did take, what was it, NFP? I did take a little trade out of NFP in here. I actually gave a really nice little move. Played a little distro out of here during NFP, got into this trade on a 0.9 pip stop, gave a 1 to 50. I didn't take it to the 1 to 50 though. I took partials when I started to see this accumulation, and when we took out this low here, that's where I took it at a 1 to 38. So, and then the rest of it just hit my break even. So that was the last trade I took on GJ. But yeah, I'm just gonna like table GJ. GJ for me is wait until we either confirm a distro, and we could, like, this could be the start of our distro climax, test, up thrust, on a higher time frame, like the 1 hour, and maybe we get a UTAD into this area here, we break structure, and then I potentially will look at something. But I mean, we're talking on a 1 hour time frame. That's going to take a day, 2 days for that to even manifest itself to where I can start looking at confirmations. So GJ for me is just sitting on the table. GU, I'm fully prepared to take some sells on GU. This is that, I didn't even look at that scout from this morning. It looks like it's just done nothing. What am I at? I'm probably at like a 1 to 3.5. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see tomorrow morning how this plays out. What I am looking for, though, is I'm looking for the sells, right? I'm looking for the sells out of this area here first. This is a slingshot of the, essentially of the order flow, or I want to play out of this candle right here. So we get up into this area here. I'm going to be looking for a distro out of this. This is what's maintaining structure for me, right? This is what broke this low. So this is essentially what I'm going to be waiting for. I do want to sell it. Just look at it from this perspective. What's GU shown us? I mean, GU shown us that supply is in control. We got the distribution breaks, right? We have a redistribution. We have a distribution that mitigates out, another distribution that pushes in the low. So out of this, like, the first two areas I'm looking at are here or here. That's what I'm going to be looking at, and then I'll be looking to take this lower. When we look at what GU, the potential in GU, where do I see us coming into? I mean, at the very minimum, we need to come into this, but I mean, realistically, this is where I want to target. I want to come into that. We have a very, very big opportunity, almost 1,000 pips to get down there. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on GU. I'll be waiting. I've got the alert set here at like 36.85. We get into this area here, I'll be looking for a distribution. If not, I want to play, and this is what I want to play. I want to play this candle right here. So I want to play out of that. And you could see, I don't know if you can, but you could see the distro. Yeah, that's what I want to play right out of this. So I would venture to say maybe the 3-minute candle. Nope. No. Yeah. So it's going to be, this is what I want to play right here. Yeah, that's what I want to play right there. 5 pips or 2.6. So it's out of this micro distro. That's what I want to play. Yeah, and I wonder if I can get, I can't go lower time frame. Well, yeah, that's good enough though. That's what I want to play out of. Would I have a limit there? So I will, I'll tell you this, I will put a small little limit on it. Yeah, I will have a small little limit on it. I won't put full risk on it, but yeah, it'll be a small limit. And I'll probably just split it, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to have, let's just say I'm trading a 100K account, right? And my risk is $250, 0.25% risk. I don't want to put a $250 limit on, and then we distribute here, misses my order, then I delete the order to try to play this distro, get clapped out on the distro, and then it came back into my order anyway and did that. I would rather split it, put some risk on here, than leave the rest of the risk for me to play the distro. And if I get triggered in, great. Then I take and I put the rest of the risk here off the test, minus whatever is not at risk out of that reduced risk entry, and then take this lower. So that's kind of how I'll play it. Yeah, but I definitely like that. That's the area I'm definitely targeting. So, we got a ways to go. I mean, I don't even think this will happen this week. What are we talking here? Yeah, no, that's like 300 plus. We're not, that ain't gonna happen. The NU, now I am looking at NU, and this is something I was waiting on, right? I wanted to see us trade up, trade out of this, then come back down and play into here. That's kind of what I wanted to do. There's a really nice accumulation in there that I wanted to play out of. So yeah, there's nothing in me to play out of this. This is just, for me, this is just nonsense. It's all noise. I'll just be waiting to see what we can get out of it. Ultimately, this accumulation down here on the 1 minute, actually on the seconds time frame, but you can see it on the 1 minute, is what I want to play out of. And it's out of the 12, 11, and 8-minute candle is what I want to ultimately get. But what I do want to see is I want to see us trade above this, because if we don't trade above that, I'm not looking for the buy out of this, right? This was what was it? This was NFP. That was the NFP candle. And if we're distributing out of the NFP candle and we do not reaccumulate, then it's telling me that sellers want to take this lower. So like this isn't a limit order at this point for me, because all it is order flow, right? All it is order flow. But what we did do was we've maintained, and you could see this is what's maintaining structure down here, right? And all we did was we traded into ultimately a news candle. So I don't mind playing the order flow on it, because we are bullish on the lower time frame. And we are also, when we look at this, right, you could see from an intraday perspective, this, right, this here, and you can see the distro, and you can see the large scale accumulation. So, did we trade into this? That's why I'm not, NU isn't in the top 5 of my list. Could we come lower? Could this be a redistro? Absolutely. But the schematic is going to keep me out of the crappy trade. And what I mean by it is, if price comes into my point of interest, the schematic's going to give me the confirmation to take the trade or not. All right. UCAD. So here's UCAD. UCAD for me, we created an accumulation, right? We are in the point of interest that I wanted to see us in, right? We are in lower time frame point of interest, because this is what caused that high. And at this point here, what I need to do is I need to wait for a BOS. So we got our spring. Now. I just need us to get the BOS. We get the break of structure, and I'll be looking. I saw in the chat a bunch of people already looking at this candle. I'll be looking at here, but I need us to do that, because right now this is essentially our climax to our AR, a test, a test, a test, a test, a test in B, because we get our spring. And now what I'll be looking for, and this was a UA because we traded above it, right? So what I need us to do is BOS, come back to mitigate and take the test. And that's what I'll be waiting on. The only aversion to this whole setup is I am going to be fighting the Canadian dollar. And again, when we look at what flipping oil is doing, man, like oil, is it this chart? Yeah. Oil has broken structure, right? The distro and the redistro that causes this low, we've broken it. So oil is on a massive push, and realistically, oil doesn't touch into any supply until we get up here, right? This is essentially where the supply, come on. This is essentially where supply is sitting. And that's on oil. This is a long way to get up here. You know, we're talking $100 a barrel. So that's the only aversion I have to trying to buy UCAD. Anything with the Canadian dollar right now is just, yeah. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what, if you guys do some stocks, I mean, I'm waiting for Tesla. I'm waiting for Tesla to come down into, I mean, I don't think we'll see it. But man, I would love for Tesla to come down into like the 425 to 500 range in here. You know, if it could do something like that, that's where I'd be buying, because yeah, as gas prices go up, you know, heck, I mean, I'm in the market for a Tesla right now. So, you know, I could see the potential in this, you know, playing out. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this potentially will just take out this distro. We could, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the month, especially with Tesla earnings coming out. I know, let's see, Tesla earnings reports. I know they're coming out relatively soon. That may be that may be what causes it. Where is it? No, I want to see the Q4 ones. Oh, did it just come out? I think it just came out. So we got to wait for Q4. Yeah, it came out. So, I mean, that's good for Tesla, man. That's good. So awesome. Okay. So on UCAD, yeah, I am looking for the buy, right? I am looking for the buy out of this accumulation that caused the high. But I need to wait for the BOS, right? Wait for the BOS, and then I'll play out of this push right here. So, you know, ultimately I'll look for the candle once this happens. You know, I'll have plenty of time. I mean, on a 15-minute chart, this is about 24 hours away from doing it. UCHF, it's kind of the same play. You know, I'm more interested in trading UCHF and UJPY than UCAD. You know, UCHF has, you know, this poor limit order just didn't get filled. You know, this ridiculous limit order right here just didn't get filled. I just keep missing. What's the Asian range indicator? I don't know. There's a couple. There's sessions on the chart is the one that I typically use. Yeah, sessions on the chart, and then just change your settings. Yeah, so UCHF, I'm still looking for buys on UCHF. You know, this buy right here out of this accumulation ended up stopping me out, and I haven't been able to get back in on it. But you could kind of see, like, we're just building a lot of trend line liquidity. Look at that. So I'm waiting on UCHF to kind of run some liquidity. I don't know where the heck they're going to run. I mean, this chart to me, this chart to me, if I'm looking for, like, if I'm looking for a buy, I'm still in the mindset of price has to come here. You know, like these limit orders are still there. You know, nothing, I haven't deleted those limit orders because they're not invalidated. And I'm just going to be sitting back idling, waiting for UCHF to give me something. And, you know, could it potentially come all this way? I hope so, because I'll tell you right now, hold on for a sec. I put my AC down. If you look at US dollar JPY, right? So the Swiss franc and the JPY are both safe havens, right? They're both safe havens. So when we look at what's going on here, we come over to UJ. I mean, look at UJ's chart. Where am I buying from UJ? Well, this is the structure point that created that leg. So I've got a limit order set here. You know, and then I'd also be looking for price in here out of order flow. So this needs to come a ways, because from my lower time frame structure, this thing's like 600 pips now. This thing is, for my entry where I've got it, yeah, we're talking 460 pips. Can you come back on your CHFJPY? What do I expect it to do in the short term? What do you mean on the short term? I'm waiting for buys. Yeah, I'm just waiting for buys out of those two areas, the reaccumulation and the accumulation at the bottom of the leg. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the same concept here. I'm waiting for buys out of this accumulation down here. And the reason why they would come here is if they're going to get orders filled, there's tons of liquidity sitting here in these weekended buyers. So they can convert those into some buy orders, mitigate out to go higher. And because at this point in my, you know, for me, UJ is bullish on all time frames, right? We have broken higher time frame structure, right? We've broken higher time frame structure. We have, from an intraday perspective, we're bullish. And then from that lower time frame, we're bullish. And what I'll be looking for is, from an order flow play, I'm going to be looking for price in here, right? This is, what is it, the 10-minute, I think? Yeah, 10-minute candle. So I'm looking at a price. So this was the news event, right, from NFP. I'm looking for us to come back into this 10-minute candle and mitigate. Right. Same thing. Like I played UJ on NFP, same play. Like we had a really clean distro coming prior to the news release, ended up triggering me off of 50%. It was a 2.2 pip stop. This gave like a 1 to 20. And then, the rest of it just hit break even, but I'm going to be looking for that 10-minute candle. That's what I want to see price come back to play into. So the first area that I'm going to be looking for any buying positions is going to be when we get back into here. That's why my alert's sitting right here. Yeah, US dollar Swiss franc moves like a pig, man. It does. It does. That's why, like, if it's not going to give me the price action I want, it just sits on the table there. Like I just don't take it. I do have my hands full with the trades I am in and what I'm holding and how I'm managing them. So I don't need to take on another slug. But UJ, this is the first area I'm waiting on UJ. And then after that, I'm going to be looking out of this. And I think it was like the 248. I think that's what we found, right? 248-minute candle. Yeah, this one right here. That's what I want to play out of. Long time for it to come back there, right? Long time for what? It's come back in here? Yeah, I mean, it's like, what I say, 450 pips? Absolutely. 450 pips. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting on. Just going to sit back and I got the alerts. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then sliding into gold, right? I'm pretty happy with gold though. So I was looking at this FOMC candle. That's what I wanted to mitigate. We tapped into it beautifully. I'm not in the trade. This happened. This mitigation happened after I got done trading. On Fridays, I don't trade past 9:30. So, this happened like actually right after I got done trading. But what I'm waiting for now is the break of this low. We break this low, and now I'm ready to look for sells, because at this point we haven't confirmed any weakness, right? As far as I'm concerned, we had an accumulation, we had a reaccumulation, and price has not invalidated demand, right? And this high, right? So when we do that, this is what's maintaining structure for me right here on just the order flow side in this schematic. So if this is going to be a distribution, we need to break this low. And once we do that, then I'll look for a play, but at this point, I am still bearish, I told myself this was the first area I was going to look for sells. And if we didn't get it, I was going to look up here, but you could kind of see what's happening. Distro, redistro, and we traded into an accumulation, into a reaccumulation. And now I'm going to be waiting for ultimately price to either break this low and then distribute, or if we go higher, I'm going to be waiting for a distribution out of here. So I am looking at short gold though. The chart, for me, the technicals line up. We're seeing supply in control. We're seeing all of the buyers just get dismantled on every move. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. And that's pretty much it. That's everything I got. I mean, most of these plays are just going to be waiting games. I'm not going to try to force anything. I'm just going to let it kind of play into my hand. Like I said, I mean, I'm holding already a couple of good trades, and to add into those positions, I either need those new highs or new lows to get printed, or I need price to finally just come back and either mitigate and give me a schematic to get into. So, but that's everything I'm looking at. I think I went through everything else. I know somebody was low. What are you guys looking at? Something like EuroCAD, right? EuroCAD. I know it played into the spring, right? Yeah, we played into this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for me, I'm not convinced that we didn't even accumulate orders in here. This was just a drop. I'm pretty sure that on EuroCAD, it's going to come right back into here. And come on, annotate. There we go. Pretty sure we're going to come back into here, mitigate out of that Frankfurt sweep, and then come back lower. You said you'll take a buy on CHF once it invalidates supply. Why not something similar on CADJ? Because where am I going to buy on CADJ? Like for me, I'm talking about out of this. I mean, you can. This right here on CADJ, CHF. This is going to be a low risk entry for me. I don't want to play anything on CADJ. I want to look for long-term buys. CADSHEF, if you look at CADSHEF, what do we play into? Right? We're still at this point here. Right? At this point here, I want to trade above all of this. I want to trade above all of this right here. Right? So realistically, like, let's just look at it. So I want to get above 74.85, right? So on this entry here, that 74.85 play. You know, gives me my 1 to 10 that I want. Yeah, it gives me my 1 to 10. On CAJ, like we look over, we've broken the high. So like, what's my target? You know, I don't know. You know, I know this. I'm going to be buying from like super duper highs. So, you know, I don't like to buy at premium pricing. I don't like to sell at discount. So I personally am going to wait because I want to take this higher. I'm not going to buy from here though. You know, so CAD CHF, like it's not my big play that I'm going to play. You know, that's just something that I was looking at because of the sweep. You can, I mean, same content, you know, same concept. Like you get a small little play. Let's see if you can get something like a 6 pip, let's just say 5 pip. I mean, that gives you the 1 to 10 just to these highs, you know, but I'm not going to be doing 10 of these trades. You know, I'll pick one of them. And, you know, for me, I think CAD CHF is the better play than CAD J, but you know, to each his own. I'm more inclined just to wait for these pullbacks on all the JPY crosses. Yeah. Am I bearish on JPY futures? Yeah. Did you look at it? I'm waiting for that high, or I'm sorry, I'm waiting for that low to get taken, but this is the low I'm waiting for right here. But just look at it. You know, I mean, we've definitely sold off massively. Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting on it right here. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward. Will the record? Yeah, it'll be up. I'll put it up. Yeah. Yep. So that's what I'm waiting on. Yeah, you got it. Absolutely. All right, cool. Awesome. Bear with me here. Dude, I hate the new iOS update. My phone, I can't, I hate this new iOS update. Anyway, so, but that's everything I got on my plate. You know, yeah, bro, have a good one, man. Peace out. Yeah, that's, I mean, for the most part, that's everything I'm watching, everything I'll be looking at. You know, we've seen some really nice explosive moves. I'm happy to be in some of them. I would have liked to have been in some more, but price just never came back to the area that I wanted to get into. So until price comes to my area, I'm just going to sit on my hands. You know, there's no point in me trying to fight this. Yeah. So, all right. Other than that, no other questions. Listen, I will catch everybody later. I'm glad I was able to get on here at a reasonable time because volleyball tonight was the first night we didn't have any games, so which is good. Otherwise, I'd be up really super late. But other than that, you guys enjoy yourself. Have a good one. I will catch everybody later.